in, and then we're going to start the conversation. Let me make sure this is okay. It is. I'm going to give you all 1 minute, then we're going to start the conversation. I just wanted to have it now versus waiting, because when I wait to do stuff, it's a 60-40 chance that I'm not going to do it. I feel like a lot of people can relate to that as well. If you don't do it when you're feeling it, when you have the energy and the conviction to do it, then after that, it becomes a little bit more difficult to follow through with it. So it's usually always best to go when you're in your sacred flow. Your sacred flow is when you feel the motivation the first time, when you feel the excitement the first time, um, and not waiting. And so I wanted to have this quick conversation. It's literally, I'm not going to be on here longer than 20 minutes because we have our group coaching session that I have to host. So check it. One thing I notice, being someone who creates on the internet, and I know other creators who go through this as well, and I know a lot of you all who watch me, you're creators or you're preparing to be creator. Well, I'm talking about like online. So you're online creators or you're thinking about becoming an online creator, something of the sort. And one of the type of people you're going to come across, and you not only come across them online, but you come across them in your regular life too. I want to explain why these type of people exist and why they should be non-existent in your reality, your realm of reality, or even your scope of reality, right? And those are people who always have something to complain about, but no solution. Okay. These are the people who they're quick to tell you what they don't like or what they didn't like. And one thing I noticed, even with online, those type of people, when they make that comment, is typically the first comment they've ever made on the channel. Okay. So that's the first thing that tells me you're a very negative spirit. Okay. Because if you really appreciated the space, you would have been commented something on the page, and your first comment wouldn't have been a complaint about something. Okay. So let's talk about people who complain with no solutions. And we see this online, whether if it's someone complaining about the sound. Okay. If you're going to complain about the sound, buy a new microphone. You complaining is not going to do anything. Clearly, the creator heard it when they listened back. You get what I'm saying? You don't like that they're chewing, don't watch anymore. It's like you have people who are going to come into your life who are going to try to become the main character. Okay. And this is the way that they do it. 2112 on the time. Come through, angel numbers. I'm gonna read that in the angel number book, actually. Hold on. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me put some numbers in it. So these type of people, I'm gonna read it in the angel number book in a second, but these type of people, they're coming into your life in an attempt to become the main character in your life. You get what I'm saying? So when someone is complaining, think about it. It's because they want to change your energy or your perception or your direction. Okay. But the confusion comes in where all they're doing is complaining, but they're not giving you any type of guidance or solutions on what to do with that complaint. You get what I'm saying? People who do that, they're useless. Successful people have solutions. They don't speak unless they have a solution, because they know that their words will fall on empty ground most times, unless the person's ground that it's landing on, they're insecure and they don't know themselves. So you'll have people who they don't pick up on that, right? And so they're like, oh, well, let me change this about myself, or let me do this. And guess what? That person never come back around. I've done that. Okay. I've done that. I did it with the Jonah. Please don't knock that over. He be doing that on purpose, child. Because he didn't have to do all that. He walked all the way over there and through there to go where he could have just came straight there. But anyway, I've done that, for example, with my butterfly effect school of transformation, right? Where I've tried to appease people, and those same people didn't even re-enroll. So I had to realize I'm not going to shift what I do here to keep people or to keep everyone satisfied or whatever the case is. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to do what's in alignment with what I want to do. And those who will understand. But what you need to know, distractions will come with negative energy, negative feedback with no solution. There's nothing wrong with correction. Okay. Don't get me wrong. And this is where a lot of people come at me with. They call me arrogant, all this other jazz. I don't give a fuck. Okay. I don't. Spirit doesn't talk to me in the comment section. So I've had people try to read my life in the comment section. I've had people, and I deny it and block them. Spirit doesn't speak to me in the comment section. I've said that plenty of times here on the channel, how spirit speaks to me. And if someone really meant no harm, how they would approach me. You get what I'm saying? We need to pay close attention to where someone is trying to come in to be a distraction. They are coming to distract you from the purpose, your vision, and your mission. So you have to stand. I won't say ironclad because you want to have some room for adjustments and evolution and things of that sort. Okay, we all can have some correction. Okay, look, you see all the damn degrees I got. Trying to learn more, right? We all can learn. We all can evolve. We all can grow. But you got to know what feedback is valuable feedback and what feedback is coming from someone who is an empty vessel. Know the difference between valuable feedback and those that are coming as an empty vessel. Don't allow unsolicited advice that doesn't give any type of solutions change you, stop you, or slow you down. Because they will constantly try. Why you do it like that? Why you whole time they not even your people. They're not your village. Your village would never come at you like that. Your village would never come at you like that. So, if there's anyone here who have found themselves in a place where they are a complainer with no solutions, stop it and ask yourself why you're really complaining. Ask yourself what the problem really is. And if you're going to give a complaint, give a solution that doesn't involve the other person having to invest a bunch of money and time that they didn't ask for. Okay? Because they're not going to listen to you. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. So when people come into your life trying to be a distraction, trying to distract you from your purpose, your vision, your mission, I need you to understand they are trying to become main characters in your story. Okay? I need you to understand that. Think about every story, every show. You have the main character, then the main character usually have like friends and stuff, right? And you understand how in some shows, how the side character, people start falling in love with the side character and stuff, right? You get what I'm saying? You have people who try to become side characters in your life. So whether that means them building upon you as a barnacle, So now they're just attached to you as a bottom feeder, okay? Whatever they need to do to be attached, they will be attached. Attention is one of the newest forms of currency. You have people out here making up stories for attention. You have people turning on their own people for attention. It's a drug. And a lot of people don't care how they get it. Now, there's nothing wrong with healthy attention, right? Balanced attention. But you need to understand that there are going to be people who are going to try to come into your life as an oppositional energy for attention. Don't give it to them. Where is my? Don't give it to them. Don't. You are the main character in your story. You are your own portal to another realm, another reality. So when people meet you, it takes them through a particular portal, whatever portal it is that you represent. I represent a portal of transformation, alchemy. So when you know what you are as a portal, when people meet you, I need you to be able to tell when feedback and information is valuable and relates to your portal, or it doesn't even matter. Because guess what? It could be a good idea, but not for your portal, not for the people you're meant to pull in, not for the people you're meant to have around you. And it's so easy for our frequency to shift when we start taking in and reflecting on and thinking on all the feedback and things that everybody was giving us, where it was just like out of the 10 people that said something, only one of them was valuable for you to listen to. But you can only do that by knowing what you are a portal for, what you are a portal over. So kind of like how you can look through something, look for keywords and be like, up, ain't got nothing to do with me. Up, ain't got nothing to do with me. Because people take feedback. It's just that feedback needs to be given in the right setting, the right space. You know, one thing I noticed, even being in the professional world, and so every organization I was in, I served as the parliamentarian. So I was the one who kept the order. I love to keep order and structure, baby. Okay. So because of that, I had to know Robert's Rules of Order. And one thing within Robert's Rules of Order, there is a protocol of when communicating on a topic, what you need to include in that communication. If you are going against an opposition, what needs to be included in your oppositional statement. Do you get what I'm saying? We need to be treating life in that same way. Because one thing I found is that I had to ring my gavel, okay, a few times in a couple organizations because I realized sometimes people would say something just so that they could hear their voice, just because they want to be heard. It was nothing valuable, nothing that even was attached to the conversation. They just want to change the conversation. So there were plenty of times I had to bring order back because people would intentionally come with a complaint and change the conversation to change the topic, right? Because they didn't have anything valuable on that other thing, but they wanted to appear as if they'd had something valuable to say. So I had to learn to be very observant and discerning of intention behind words and the direction of where they were going with their argument. You get what I'm saying? Because people will waste your time. I'm not reading no 2 paragraph comment. I'm telling y'all that now. I'm going to read the first few sentences, maybe skim through, see if I see some keywords that matter to me, and then I'm closing it out or blocking you. I don't have time to do that. What you give your energy to, make sure it's there as a supporting subject and not becoming a regular cast member. So let's go to 2112. What time is it? Okay, I got to get off of here in a second, y'all, because we got this group coaching in 23 minutes. Okay, 2112. And this is my angel number book. If you all didn't know, I have an angel number book. You can get the physical copy off of Amazon, The World of Angel Numbers, or you can get the PDF ebook version off my website. Angel number 2112 shows up when your spirit guides want for you to reflect back on your childhood. There may be something you have tried to hide or cover up that needs to be addressed in order for you to completely heal a hurt or pain that you experienced as a child. No more band-aids, allow it to finally heal. And you know what this is giving me? For those of you all who may still take people serious or like take it personal when people say, oh, I don't like how you're doing that, or oh, I don't like how you're raising your child, or oh, you should have went to school for this, or you know, some of you, if you still find yourself internalizing, and you're on the journey where you still sometimes internalize the feedback that people give you that is unsolicited and doesn't even reflect you and they don't even know you, um, then it's something that you may want to look back on from your childhood that has got you to that place. You know what that is? If you grew up in a space where you didn't healthily evolve with being confident in making decisions and creating your own path, and other people dictated it. So they always were telling you what you could do, what you couldn't do. You never really got an explanation for why you couldn't do it. You just can't go there because I said so. Whenever you ask questions, things of that nature, someone's hands may have always been trying to, be in the pot. You get what I'm saying? And that, as a childhood trauma, depending on what type of parents you have, can have you in adulthood where you're seeking out, you're too open for feedback. You're too open for the opinions and thoughts of others. Everyone shouldn't have access to your brain, your mind, and your personal energy and space. At least that's what I've come to learn being neurodivergent. And I've understand that how I have to manage my personal space, my communication, all that may not be like neurotypical people, but I know what works for me. So having to learn how to be on your own and make decisions and be confident in those decisions, even if the initial feedback doesn't relate to what you want. That was one of the things, like I made one of those mistakes earlier when I first started my first business before the pandemic. And you have to realize who is your village, your community, or if it's a business, who is your market, who is your customer. Only people's feelings or all of that that matters are those who are really investing in you. So I don't give a fuck about somebody making a comment on a video and that's their first comment ever on my channel. They're not a member, they're not anything. I don't give a fuck about what you got to say about my sound. When I have people who have been here for 2 years plus and 3 of them have sent me microphones. So when they say if they want to, they would type of vibe, you need to know the difference between someone who's just coming in to shake your energy and someone who is truly invested in your growth and your development. Everyone is not truly invested in your growth and development. They just want to be heard. They want to give their 2 cents and then they're going to keep it going. Look, speaking of that, Warren got me these headphones. Another butterfly got me this headphone. I don't know who it was because they sent it to me as a gift and it didn't have a name on it. So I don't know who the butterfly is. Still, thank you if you watch it. With the microphones, know the difference between people who are invested in your growth and development and those who just want to feel like they're important in your story. Plain and simple. Everyone's opinion doesn't matter. Everyone's opinion doesn't matter. So if you grew up with overbearing parents or you weren't allowed to do certain things or people always had something to say about what you were doing, how you did it, how you didn't do it. This is giving you permission. And this is what we've been going over in our series with the classes these past few weeks with building confidence and leading from the back confidently. Let this be your season where you learn how to truly stop giving. And then my sister calling me. Let me tell her about But let this truly be your year where you stop giving a fuck. Hold on. Because when you give a fuck, and that's why I love that book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Is it in here or is it in my back room? It's in my back room. One of my favorite books, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Okay? Great book. Great book. Great book. And then get my book, Sacred Flow. Both of those books together, will absolutely, I got food under my nails, will absolutely change your life. The problem be that too many people give a fuck about what other people have to say, how they have to say it. They care about what's appealing, what's aesthetically pleasing. Stop caring about all that shit. That's driving people crazy. Only thing that matters is what matters for your space and community and people who truly care about your growth and development, because everyone in your life does not really give a fuck about your development and growth. They're just there for the plot, baby. Okay? They are there for the plots. Something to do. There's really troublemakers in the world. There's real life troublemakers in the world. Okay? Now, lastly, for anyone who is on my page, I don't mind you making a comment that's you think differently about what I'm saying, but don't direct that fucking comment to me. Oh, and I disagree. I don't give a fuck with what you disagree with. And how you think I need to change my stance on something and how I disappointed you. I don't give a fuck. I didn't create to make you happy. I didn't create to please you. You're fairy tale. If I've never heard your voice or seen you in an intimate setting, you're a bot to me. I'm gonna be honest. If I've never seen you in a space where you've had to make an extra step, you know how they do the two-step authorization type situation. So if you're not in a membership area, I ain't never seen you in a Zoom, on a coaching call. You are imaginary to me on the internet, baby. You know how many bots are on the internet? So if you ain't did a two-step authorization in my life, baby, I don't care. AI is a lot going on. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of that is used to try to confuse you. So I've had to learn how to block out certain things. I'm autistic. I'm very impressionable on certain energies. I'm a human design reflector. So I reflect back the communities I'm in. So I'm very particular on who I keep around me. I'm a very rare person. I don't give a fuck. I need y'all to understand that. And the more other people learn how to stop giving a fuck and focus on those who give a fuck about them for real, life will feel better. But I gotta go, y'all, because this coaching call starts in 13 minutes. Butterflies in the school or those who sign up for the coaching call, get your ass ready for class, okay? Have your notebook and shit ready, okay? But I love you all. You have a great rest of your day. I had to get that conversation out. Make sure y'all follow my other channel, Neptune Conversations. We're going to be doing a movie review from like a spiritual lens. I told the butterflies some months ago I was going to start doing this and I never did, but I saw a movie last night that really motivated me to see it. And Sunshine, I saw your comment on I thought where you said I thought you didn't like thrillers. Baby, that movie is not really a thriller. If anything, it's a psychological, I mean not a thriller, but a horror. Is more of a psychological like thriller, if it makes sense. And it was like really sad and deep. And so, baby, and I didn't watch it until I saw some reviews. You know, I'm always gonna Google some shit and be like, what's going on? Okay. Before I go on and click on it, okay. So we're gonna be discussing that movie, The Woman in the Yard, on my other channel, Neptune Conversations. Um, I posted the link on the community tab. And so I look forward to seeing you all over there. And then give me, see, yes, that's one of those. Only reason why I could watch it once was because I saw reviews on it and read reviews. That's why I was able to only watch it once. But I could see why someone would have to watch it more than once. But I am going to start doing more movie reviews from a spiritual context on my other channel. Because I just want to have fun and conversate and talk and see how beautiful art shares reality of life. You know what I'm saying? But let me go. I love you all. And as always be real, always be true. Don't be afraid to do what your higher self and your spirit team is calling for you to do. Period. Have a great Saturday, y'all. Bye.